Before we do winners and losers, I had just a couple of things that I wanted to hit. Noah, did you see this Jamal Tiari game winner for Atlanta United?
Yeah, I've been arguing with people on Twitter about it.
Oh, okay. This was the goal of the week in MLS, and honestly, like, it went viral kind of around the world because you really. I've never seen this work. I'm sure there's examples of it having worked in the past, but just the way that this was executed was really incredible. So basically what happened was it was tied 1-1 in the very last few seconds of the game. Toronto FC got a goal kick where if the guy kicked it long, the ref was going to blow the whistle and the game was going to be over, and it was going to be another disappointing home result for Atlanta. It was going to be 1-1. But Jamal Tiari did the thing where he just stayed behind the goalkeeper as everyone else was jogging back to the other end of the field. And he kind of sauntered over to where the goalkeeper's water bottle was, went over, took a little drink of the water, kind of slowly walked up behind the goalkeeper. And meanwhile, the goalkeeper has no idea that he's back there. And not only did the goalkeeper have no idea that he was back there, but all of Toronto FC's players were faced the other direction. And they didn't see that Jamal Tiari was just hanging back there. The goalkeeper is telling, he's waving everyone down the field, and he puts the ball down to take the goal kick, and Jamal Tiari is right there, pounces on him, wins the ball off him, and just has a completely open net and scores the winner in the 90 whatever minute, like deep into second half stoppage time. Game over. An incredible play. I mean, he really, the level of deception there and how well he executed it was pretty incredible. And like I said, like I've seen guys try that a fair amount of times, but the thing is, usually they get caught because the other team looks back and they see what they're trying to do, and they tell the goalkeeper man on. And if you watch the replay, you can see right before the goalkeeper throws the ball down, a Toronto player looks back and he sees it, and he tries to point and he tries to say man on, but it's too late. Like by the time he realized it, the ball had already been thrown down, and Tiari had won it off of him. But I mean, there's a lot of novelty to that. And also just the time in the game, like second half stoppage time right before the game ends.
Yeah.
We're not going to see another goal like that for a long time.
No, that was so sick. And it was just funny. I don't understand. There's like tons of people on Twitter freaking out about it. Like, I understand that a lot of people don't understand the rules of soccer and whatever. That's fine. There's like way too many of them. But that's totally allowed. Totally allowed. And like people are like, well, he stepped off the field. Guys, you can step out of the field of play and come back in. That is completely allowed.
And there's no like offside.
There's no offside on a goal kick.
Yeah, or when the other team has the ball there, right? So
yeah.
That's not in consideration. And really, like I think it's one of those things where if you can pull it off, like more power to you. Like it pretty much never works because either the goalkeeper realizes that you're there or one of his teammates sees you and points it out.
Yeah.
So just the sequence of events that had to take place for that to work is just defying the odds.
It was so sick.
Jordi Alba scored an incredible golazo for Inter Miami in their 2-1 win at Nashville SC. And my takeaway from that was, Inter Miami, they've been playing without Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez and Matias Rojas as they're all on Copa America duty. So Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets have been helping hold it down for Inter Miami, and they've still been taking wins, even playing without all those guys. But really, I was just thinking about how it's been fun to watch Jordi Alba and Busquets because I think I've mentioned this before, but when those prime Barcelona teams where all these guys were on the team, I never really watched those games live. Like I would see the highlights, but I feel like I didn't get like a really good idea of what made them some of the greatest teams of all time because I wasn't really watching the full games. And I think watching them when they're all playing for Inter Miami, like it's kind of the first time I've really gotten a true appreciation for just like the type of soccer that can be played when you put all these guys on the same team on the field at the same time. But really, Jordi Jordi Alba and Busquets, like getting to watch them play, I mean, it's been a pleasure to watch. Like they really are two of the best players of all time at their position. And like this goal that Jordi Alba scored where he chests it down and just rips it top corner, like world-class finish from like a iconic world-class player. Like he's insanely good, him and Busquets.
Yeah, it's so sick to see. Listen, okay, I get it. Everyone's tired of the Inter Miami this, Inter Miami that. How are they able to cook with this team? Like, they're not supposed to be able to. That's not to say that they don't have like Julian Gressel, who's insane, Gomez, who's insane, Kermashi, who's insane, and Campana, who like put him on the Sounders right now. But man, like it's so sick because they're honestly, it's their entire league. It's everyone. It's their league. Someone has to beat them at some point. But like.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing this without half the Barca boys right now. They got Ian Frey, their homegrown CB, scored another goal in this game. So, Nashville is down bad in general, but it's the second week in a row that they've won without Messi and without Suarez and without Rojas, who I think is he looks scary good too.
He's so
when
good.
they're back at full strength, that's they're still my pick to pretty much win anything that they're competing for unless injuries happen. The other best goal I thought of the match day 23 was Vancouver's Brian White in their 4-3 victory over St. Louis City at BC Place. He scorpion kicked it and scored, which is another thing that you don't see all that often. Like he was just it
was just like a back heel. It was crazy.
Yeah, he was just like he was just trying something and it went in. But if you haven't seen the Brian White scorpion kick highlight, there's a video up on MLSsoccer.com. And that was like if Jordi Alba hadn't scored the goal that he scored and Jamal Tiari hadn't done what he did, which is getting a lot of attention like globally, to be honest. Brian White's goal would have been goal of the match day for sure. I
still feel like his is, for me at least, is goal of the match day because it's like I love the deception, but like I prefer Golazo, man. That's crazy, dude.
Well, and also
he did it intentionally too. Like people were like, "Oh, he just like caught the ball." No, he's like looking back at the ball and.
Yeah,
that's sick.
And Jordi Alba's goal was a great golazo, but you see like those long range finishes fairly frequently.
Yeah.
Whereas the scorpion kick finish, you don't see that hardly.
I don't think
ever.
I've ever seen a goal.
I don't know.
Like that.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if
that's
I've
like
ever seen
Puskas worthy. Like that's crazy.
All right, let's get into winners and losers, and then we'll do a little bit of U.S. men's national team punditry, and then get out of here for episode 47. For the winners section, LA Galaxy, man, 3-0 on the San Jose Earthquakes in the Cali Classico. Their first goal in this game was one of the fastest transition goals I have ever seen. 6 touches total in 10 seconds to make it from their own 18 to San Jose's, and then Joey Paints bammed. The Galaxy are back, and like I think that first transition goal, they are like they're the best transition team in the league, factoring Inter Miami out of it. Like I think by far, like they just have this gear, man. That is, it's scary, and it was on full display on that first goal, and they ran all over San Jose in this game.
Yeah, it was. I just saw the Joey Paints goal because I was working, but
that
oh
counter,
my god,
that counter was disgusting.
I'm like, I don't want the Sounders to ever play the Galaxy because 10 seconds to make it up from the 18 to just bam like that. I mean, they carved them up. Listen, okay, it was San Jose. I know.
But they do that. Like they've done that a lot this year.
Yeah, they're fucking nasty.
Yeah, it's they're still. I know they had a bit of a downturn recently, and now they're kind of coming back. But I think they're still one of, if not my favorite team in the league to watch, just from an entertainment standpoint. My next winner is the Columbus Crew. Reports of their demise were exaggerated by many people, but also by us on this show.
Damn it.
5-1 on the recently resurgent New England Revolution on the road, and they pretty much look like the Crew again.
Yeah, I'm not happy. Ari, I'm not happy. Listen, our whole bit is CCL hangover. When is it going to hit the Crew? I'm tired of them.
I thought it looked like it was, and we talked about that a little bit. But I mean, you watched. I mean, they were on the road at Gillette against a Revs team that has been bad this year, but had won 4 straight, and they shredded them. Cucho scored, Diego Rossi scored. So whatever Champions Cup hangover there might have been does not appear to be a factor right now.
It makes me believe the shit allegations. The poison allegations.
Exactly.
Like it actually makes me believe that.
What if they could have played like that in the final? Last winner for the week, LAFC. I'm sorry to report that they might be the best non-Inter Miami team in the league. We haven't been talking about them that much lately, but they've been blazing hot, and they demolished a Colorado Rapids team that has been pretty good recently, and really been a lot better than people expected this year. And Matías Bogus is one of the hottest players in the league right now. He had a hat trick for all 3 of their goals, and really they could have scored 4, 5, or 6 goals in this game. They have like that LA Galaxy type of gear that really LAFC's had that type of gear for a lot of their teams in recent years. And they're buzzsawing right now again, which, like I said, I take no pleasure in that. But they're a Shields contender, if not favorite.
Yeah, I hate them. Period. Okay, move on.
Losers section, got 3 of them. The Philly Union, another just hilariously bad L. They were playing at CF Montreal. Wasn't going all that well for them, but they had it 2-2 approaching and into second half stoppage time. They get bammed on twice by Montreal at the very end. And they're so cooked, Noah.
They're over, dude.
They're over. And I've been saying that I don't think Jim C is on the hot seat, but he is on the seat of heat right now.
He's got to be.
He's got to be. It's one of the most unexpected tailspins in the league, and it's like every week they find a way to outdo themselves. They take what you think is going to be the worst L that they're going to take all season, and that it can't get worse, and then they top it. So it's pretty remarkable to watch. And they also just sold, it was announced, Julian Carranza to the Eredivisie, so they're losing their most productive number 9. So
that's really what you want to do when you're floundering, Ari.
Yeah,
that's
man.
like the best bet.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just I didn't expect this, but once again, tough week for Philly.
It's a tough year for them.
It's just a tough year. Nashville SC lost 2-1 to shorthanded Inter Miami, which we were just talking about how Inter Miami, their depth is keeping them afloat, and you're still dealing with Jordi Alba and Busquets, but it's just like
you
Nashville,
can't lose at home.
Yeah, Nashville just they haven't gotten the new coaching bump, and they just haven't. They haven't found a way to get beyond this like Haney Mukhtar or bust reputation that they've fostered, and this is a bad L for them. You need to at least take a point against Inter Miami there.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, man. Have they even had 1 week of a new coach bump? Like, have they even played convincingly?
I think the very first game after the coach firing, they won, and
historically short.
But like realistically, they haven't really gotten much of one.
Yeah, is he interim?
Yeah, he's
okay.
interim.
So they got another chance.
Yeah, and then FC Dallas, they lost 1-0 to FC Cincinnati at home a week after they let Seattle come back from 2-0 and win the game in second half stoppage time. So that was just the last like really bad result that I saw. They're in 11th place, averaging a solid 1 point per game. So
that's so bad.
They don't have a new coach bump so far either.
No, I feel bad for my former club. I feel bad. Like they have the pieces to be good. I don't understand. I don't understand. Am I crazy?
Well, they've had a ton of injuries this year. They don't have Alan Velasco. They don't have Paxton Pomacall. They've had even more injuries than that. Okay. Those are just the 2 main ones off the top of my head. But like, Jesus Ferreira is back. They've got Paul Areola, who, whatever you think of him, he's been a pretty solid MLS player. And Pitar Musa is been heating up, so I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, no new coach bump really for them so far.